Mr. Rogers, I'm assuming your presentation is more than 9 minutes?
Presentation is short.
All right, come on, we'll try it. Okay, next up on our agenda is adequate public facilities ordinance. We'll do the presentation, then we'll save the questions for after.
That works. Good evening, board members, Dr. Moderano, Dr. Turner-Little. My name is Tim Rogers, Manager of School Planning. Today I'm here to present the 2023 school capacity charts and supplemental data according to the requirements of the Adequate Public Facilities Ordinance. Next slide, please. The school capacity charts are utilized as part of the growth management process by Howard County Department of Planning and Zoning for new residential developments. The board or Hcpss are required to update these school capacity charts annually. The annual report lists the projected capacity utilization for each school and elementary region. Capacity utilization is the projected K through 12 enrollment divided by K through 12 capacity. Schools or regions that are projected to exceed the thresholds listed in the law are identified as constrained to new future residential development. The thresholds for identification as constrained are 105% for elementary schools, 105% for elementary regions, 110% for middle schools, and 115% for high schools. These calculations are based on the projection from the June 2022 feasibility study and the capacities listed in the most recent board-requested capital improvement program. Individual schools or elementary regions that show a capacity utilization less than the percentage noted are considered open for new residential development for the school's test. Additionally, the Apfo law requires submission of several supplemental items that will be discussed later. And right before we look at the charts, I want to take a moment to review how to read the school capacity chart. On the screen is a snapshot of the chart, and in this example, the constrained schools are indicated in red type and with the letter C. Open schools and regions are black text. Of note, in constrained elementary regions, even schools shown individually as open are actually constrained based on their region. So in the top sample on this slide, Northfield and Waverly are shown individually to be open, but are actually counted as constrained due to their location within the constrained northern region. The 2023 elementary schools capacity chart is included in attachment 2 of the board report. The test year in this chart is 2026-27 and reflects the capacity utilization rates with the Board of Education requested FY24 capital budget capacity projects and spring 2022 projection. For the 2023 Apfo school capacity chart, 15 elementary schools are individually constrained. 2 regions, the northern and southeastern, are constrained as well. This brings the total number of constrained elementary schools to 21. This is the 2023 middle schools capacity chart, and for the 2023 Apfo school capacity chart, 3 middle schools are identified as constrained. The region test does not apply at the middle school level. And of note, the future enrollments shown for middle school and high school levels include the impacts of the board's boundary changes to be implemented beginning in the 23-24 school year. The middle schools that are identified as constrained are Hammond, Patapsco, and Patuxent Valley. And at the high school level, no schools are identified as constrained for the test year of 2026-27. And again, this chart does take into account the results of boundary adjustments adopted in 2022. In addition to the capacity charts, the ordinance also requires submission of several pieces of information, which include state and local capacities, year of last redistricting, charts showing portions of projected enrollment increase due to several housing factors, and capital budget pages. Each of these items are included in the provided board report as attachment 3. The last page in attachment 3 is intended to be the notice to the county council of the schools that have reached 95% capacity utilization and are projected to exceed 110% capacity utilization within the next 5 years. The attachment also includes potential solutions based on the June 2022 feasibility study and the FY24 long-range master plan as required by the ordinance. Should you approve the motion as indicated in the report, the council will then be prompted to hold a joint special work meeting. The next step for the board is to approve the school capacity chart for submission to the Howard County Council for their adoption or consideration and adoption, along with the supplemental information provided in the report. This chart will then be pre-filed with the County Council on May 25th and the legislation introduced on June 5th. A public hearing is scheduled for June 20th with a council vote expected on July 3rd. And I'll take any questions at this time or after the dinner recess.
Let's test it out. Are there questions, or is somebody ready to make a motion? Okay, there's questions. So we'll oh,
Understood.
no motion? Oh, okay, Ms. Mallow.
I move to approve the adequate public facilities ordinance chart to be submitted to the county council.
Second.
Ms. Harrison, we're ready for the vote.
Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Mallow and a second by Dr. Chen to move to approve the adequate public facilities ordinance chart for submittal to the Howard County Council. Ms. Mallow,
Yes.
Ms. Gates,
Yes.
Ms. Mosley,
Yes.
Ms. Aula,
Yes.
Dr. Liu,
Yes.
Dr. Chen,
Yes.
Ms. McCoy,
Yes.
Ms. Watts.
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0.
Never stop believing, Mr. Rogers. Okay.
Ma'am, thank
All
you.
right, so the board will take a recess for the dinner break, and we will return at 7 p.m. Thank you very much. Welcome back.